wanted to take a second and show all the pieces and parts of the monster eyes. And I don't have this fully hooked up, but it's a good enough way to show you how it all works out. There are up to four, you don't have to buy all four, little sets of eyes that you can buy. So one set here gives you 4 eyes. I bought the whole 16 sets, so I have another set down here, 2 more down here. So the tot would be surrounded with this cave of eyes. And each one of those hula hoops has one of these to it. And if you remember, if you look at the back, you see how they're all individually hooked up. Okay. So one of these hula hoops is plugged into here. This thing is powered with this nifty little cord here. This is, Lights Alive calls this the LAPD. I think I say it. Lights Alive Power Delivery? I don't know. That's my guess. Anyway, it's spliced right here. So it can now bring power to the sensor and also bring power to this controller. Now the controller isn't needed if you just want to have the simple eyes going off, but can't stop there. I had to go and have screams and standby modes and additional lighting, so got this controller here. This is something, which is why I got the controller, you can do to hook in an additional light to be triggered at the same time that the monster eyes are going off. Here I had a red strobe light hooked up to this. And how you do that to trigger something is you get a regular little extension cord, you cut the hot wire, and then over here in the controller you see these screw-in terminals right there and right there. See how I have it marked there so I don't forget, because I can forget a lot. You just jab these things in there and you're good to go. This is now triggered. You do have to power your strobe lights, of course. This thing doesn't have enough power for that. And it doesn't have to be lights. It's anything that can plug in that you can trigger. Don't know what else you do, but I do lights. Let's see how the sensor works. Okay, the sensor is infrared, so I put my hand over it and boom, the cave eyes get all mad, and then they eventually will fade back to the normal standby mode. But for the sound, I also had in standby mode just whispers, and then when the scream when it was triggered, then a scream would go off. And audio out here allowed me to plug in some externally powered speakers, so you could hear, if I had speakers plugged in here, you'd hear a lot of screaming right now. So that is all the pieces and parts to the Monster's Eye setup that I had here, and it looks complicated, but once you get into it, you learn rather quickly. This is the Monster Eyes, and built a little shelf there, so I can, all the equipment is up there, and the speakers go in one direction and the other, and little hoops on either side. There's the sensor up above, and when you walk underneath, it triggers the beam and scares the little people. 2 red strobe lights too. What's nice about it is then it slowly converts back to its resting state. So if the kids look back, it's still kind of scary. Well, to build the hula hoops that hold the monster eyes, you take a hula hoop and you wrap it in landscape fabric, pin the daylights out of it, inside and out, and then to get it into your sewing machine, you're going to have to take the foot and the needle off and put it back on. And then sew on both sides of the hoop. And this is just getting attached to the other hoop using zip ties. I mean, what can't they do? And decide where you'd like the monster eyes. You know, you want to have it random as much as possible. Here, made a template, and we're going to be making a pocket to put the eyes into. And we're also going to be cutting holes for it. But first, you got to sew the pocket, basically the left, right, and bottom sides, so you have this pocket to slide it into. And then cut out where the power comes in, a slit at the top to fit in the monster eyes, and then the eyes on the back, of course. And make sure you get the fabric all the way around that power supply and the eyes. See, they're not the fabric's not in all the way, and so here just popping in that fabric. And you'll see the eyes just pop out. Bloop. And they're hooked up. As you can see, these wires were spliced to elongate them so I can have them carry the distance. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and have some fun. Take care. Bye.